there are no bad parts of yourself, whether it's physical, emotional, mental. There's nothing bad or wrong about you, about your experience, about who you are. And I'll talk to you about my experience of going through my own childhood with chronic disease and how that has really put a label on my value and my worth and my self-confidence. And what I've been able to do to transform that, to use that as fuel, to become the true, authentic person that I've always knew I had in myself and I always wanted to be. And when you can finally allow yourself to see it through this perspective, to be a transformer, that is, in the saying, where you transform lead into gold. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Yuan, and on this channel I teach you about the science of integrative medicine, it's part of it, but also self-help and spirituality to help you live a happier, healthier life. And so, a lot of us, if you're watching this video right now, grew up with some form of trauma, some form of negative experience that has conditioned us to identify ourselves in a certain way that is less, that is underneath our true potential, that is a false version of ourselves. And in my experience, I had very chronic, severe childhood eczema all the way up to my 20s. So when you have a physical disease that is as external and that is as apparent as eczema, a skin condition, or any conditions that we have that affects our body physically, it is such a huge modifier, an influencer of our life. Because not only is the condition physical, it affects our thoughts and emotions about ourselves and about how we experience life through this identity of having this condition. And what comes with that, especially for myself, because it was chronic severe, because a lot of the conventional Western medical treatments really didn't do much. It actually made things worse. And I lived with this for years. And again, as with anyone knows, when you have any physical condition, right, it creates a mental condition. And the overwhelming feeling that I dealt with was that because my body was never perfect, because my skin was never perfect, because nothing worked for me from a medical treatment perspective, that I wasn't worth being perfect, that I could never be perfect, that I could never be enough, truly enough of the person that I want to be deep down. And I could never allow this person to come out because physically my body just wasn't a vehicle to become this person, to be a person that wants to be happy, to express themselves, to show emotion, to show joy. And because of all this physical pain and trauma that we've dealt with, a lot of us has turned off our emotions. We've turned off feeling these emotions because we've dealt with so much anxiety. We've dealt with so much shame on ourselves. We've dealt with so much thoughts of blaming others, maybe conventional medicine, maybe our parents, maybe ourselves, for allowing us to get to this low point. And to also turn off our emotions because of all the guilt, because of all this, right? And for myself, physically, the condition of eczema made me process my emotions very logically, okay? Because I was so afraid of truly, authentically experiencing these emotions for what they were. I was so afraid because it made me not only feel vulnerable, it made me feel even less of who I am. It made me feel worthless, that I was not enough, and there was no reason for me to feel it, to embrace it, to acknowledge it. And this is the part where I go and talk about all of our experiences in life. Okay. The good parts, but specifically in this video, the bad parts. And there's a certain therapy called internal family systems. It's written by and created by Dr. Schwartz. And he talks about this in his book, No Bad Parts, where we have different childhood complexes. And certain of these childhood complexes serves us in different ways. Okay? And what I've mentioned was the protectors, right? The energetic, the thoughts, the mental figures in the back scenes of our mind that is protecting us from this shame, from this blame, from this guilt, right? Of not allowing ourselves to really show and become who we really are because of these traumas. And these protectors, are protecting something even more vulnerable that doesn't want to be seen, that doesn't want to be expressed. Because if it was seen or expressed, it would literally feel like that we are dying. Because the pain of acknowledging it is so heavy. Okay? And as I go back to the title of this video, there are no bad parts to yourself. The good experiences, the bad experiences, all of this is part of the journey. It's information. It is the only way that we can understand ourselves, right? Without realizing this, it's so hard to make sense of these things, to understand why we are this way, right? When in fact, it's not our fault. Because it's not our fault. And because everyone, and understand this, everyone is trying to do their best based on their level of awareness, based on their level of healing, based on their level of direction in life. And when you can see every human being out there like that, from the people that are successful to the people that are homeless, it's such a big spectrum. And all the people in between, like you and me. There is no judgment because you didn't live their lives. You don't understand what they've gone through. And there's no place to judge what might be, mistakes that we see. And when you start to see life from this perspective, that it's okay, that it is okay to feel and to think this way, right? First of all, and that it is okay to uncover, to unearth, to heal. Just like for myself, that it's okay to be worthy of healing, and that it's okay to live, to express, to experience both the good and bad emotions. Because at the end of the day, again, we're souls. We're spiritual beings having this human experience. It's helping us learn. It's helping us grow. It's helping us become closer to our true being, our most authentic self in every moment. And part of that process is you have to get lost in order to find who you are. And that journey is going to be filled with so many doubts. You're going to be filled with, again, so many judgments of these bad parts of yourself when you compare yourself to others. And truly, and what I've learned from my own health condition of having eczema and having this physical condition create such an emotional and mental prison literally prison around my life because it's dictated, what I wanted to do in life, my belief systems about love and intimate relationships and feeling worthy enough to have one, and, even for myself in my own career and what I want to do. Like, am I truly deserving of this? Like, why me? Can I do it? Will I do it? All of this, all these questions, all these doubts has culminated, has come into this present moment in speaking with you to tell you that yes, you are enough. And that is the belief system that I am driving forward for myself to transform this. You are enough. You are so much more than enough than you could ever imagine. And remember the quote that I said about, transforming lead into gold. What does that really mean? Because there is no bad parts of yourself, and that everything in life has no inherent meaning. There is no meaning until we give it meaning. We give it the definition based on our belief systems. And so, for the first 30 years of my life, I thought that I wasn't enough. I thought that I was this victim. I thought that life was against me, nothing went right. And because all of this shame, this guilt, this trauma, I thought that I hit my ceiling. This was going to be my path. And until you realize, again, that there's no bad parts of any of these experiences, and you realize that you are the literal creator of your life through the present moment, in an instant moment, you can decide whether you can follow this belief system or not. And so the belief system that I use now to transform this, and I highly recommend everyone to come up with your own belief system and how to do this for yourself, is very simple. What is underneath everything that you're thinking, doing, and feeling right now? And most of the time, what I've come to realize is that we all act from a place of fear, of scarcity. That the underlying belief system is that we are not enough. And to change that, we must remove the old software and install a new software, a new program. And that program for me is that I am enough. And when you consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously operate from that belief system, no matter what happens in your life, no matter who comes in, who comes out, whatever happens to your job, whatever happens to your finances, whatever happens, you know that you are a transformer, that you literally change lead into gold. Energy is never created or destroyed in the universe. It is constantly being changed. And so every experience is an opportunity for all of us to change our perspective. And that's through changing the underlying software that runs our mind, that runs our belief systems. And as they say, true success, living a happy life, doesn't always have to be stars and rainbows. You have to embrace all parts of life as you've embraced all parts of yourself. There are no bad parts of you as an individual, as a human being. And there are no bad parts in life as well. Because coming from this understanding, everything that has happened in this world has come from the collective consciousness of humans taking actions, doing things based on their level of development, based on where they're at in life. And this present moment is just a summary of that. And so, by becoming aware of this, whatever challenges, whatever obstacles that you face or will face, do know that it is your perception. It is the definition that you give to an experience that gives it value, that gives it significance, just as you do for yourself. And so in summary, this video, we talked about how everyone's life comes from their conditioning, physically, emotionally, mentally, and how that really caps us. It is an unconscious program. And until we remove that unconscious program and install something different, that's how we can transform all of our experiences. All of it, whether it's good or bad, right? Because again, there's no bad parts in yourself. There's no bad parts in anyone. They're doing the best they can based on their level of development. And so I would love to hear in the comments, what is one bad part of yourself that you thought was a bad part, but actually it served you in an unconventional way that has helped you to become a better person, a more fulfilled person, a more happy person. And just like me, right? My eczema, made me so insecure, made me feel that I was not enough. But actually, it gave me the opportunity to learn that it wasn't the eczema. It was this belief system that I thought that I was not enough. And because that belief system didn't serve me, I was able to install a new one. And again, transforming lead into gold, you too have the ability to do that. Everything in life has happened for you. So when you come from this perspective, you trust from this awareness that everything is designed to help you learn and grow. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.